Before we get into the video, I wanted to explain what CAH Tutoring is. CAH Tutoring is a student-run volunteer group that provides free one-on-one tutoring to low-income students internationally. If you are a low-income student and need help preparing for standardized tests such as the SAT, ACT, AP tests, etc., send us an application by clicking on the link in the description. We'll get you set up with a tutor as soon as possible. And now, onto the video. Hi everyone, today we will be going over the three basic trig functions, sine, cosine, and tangent. There are more than these three, but these are the three main ones you need to know for the SAT. Hi everyone, today we will be going over the three basic trig functions, sine, cosine, and tangent. There are more than these three, but these are the three main ones you need to know for the SAT. In order to understand what trig functions are and how to find them, we first need to understand the parts of a right triangle. A right triangle is any triangle with one right angle and two acute angles. A right triangle has three sides, the hypotenuse, the opposite, and the adjacent. The hypotenuse is the longest side and it is opposite of the right angle. The opposite and adjacent sides depend on which angle you're talking about. For example, in the diagram, let's look at the acute angle A. The opposite side of angle A would be the shortest side, and the adjacent side would be the side next to it, which happens to be the longest side. Now that we've identified the sides of a right triangle, we can determine the sine, cosine, or tangent of an acute angle as the ratio of two of the sides of the triangle. To find sine of an angle, we take the length of the opposite side and divide it by the length of the hypotenuse. For example, if we want to find sine of angle C, then we take the opposite side, which is red, and divide it by the hypotenuse, which is purple. In the diagram, the opposite or red side has a length of 3, and the hypotenuse or purple side has a length of 5. Dividing these two numbers gives us 3 over 5, which can also be written as 0.6. To find cosine of an angle, we take the length of the adjacent side and divide it by the length of the hypotenuse. For example, if you want to find cosine of angle C, we take the adjacent side, which happens to be green, and divide it by the hypotenuse, which happens to be purple. In this diagram, the adjacent or green side has a length of 4, and the hypotenuse or purple side has a length of 5. Dividing these two numbers gives us 4 over 5, which can be written as 0.8. To find tangent, we take the opposite side and divide it by the adjacent side. For example, if you want to find tangent of angle C, then we take the opposite side, which is red, and divide it by the adjacent side, which is green. Here, the opposite side has a length of 3, and the adjacent side has a length of 4. Once again, if we divide these two numbers, we get 3 over 4, which can also be written as 0.75. At first, all of these formulas may seem difficult to remember. However, there is a useful saying that can help us remember how to find these trig functions. TOA. The SOH refers to the sine as opposite over hypotenuse. The CAH or CAH refers to cosine as adjacent over hypotenuse. The TOA or TOA refers to tangent being opposite over adjacent. Using SOH, let's find the sine, cosine, and tangent of angle X in this diagram. Pause the video here to try this on your own before we go over the answers. To find sine of X, we use SO or SOH. We take the opposite, which is 12, and divide it by the hypotenuse, which is 13. and then we get 12 over 13 as our answer. To find cosine of x, we use CAH, or CAH. We take the adjacent, which is 5, and divide it by the hypotenuse, which is 13, and that gives us 5 over 13. To find the tangent, we use TOA, or TOA. We take the opposite, which is 12, and divide it by the adjacent, which is 5, and this gives us 12 over 5. Here are some problems for you to try on your own. The answers will be in the description. Make sure to keep TOA in mind as you try to solve these problems. Here are another set of problems for you to try on your own. These answers will also be in the description.